Good morning. My name is Liz Baxter, and I have the honor of serving as the CEO at North Sound ACH. And just really always amazed and grateful for the folks who show up in the rooms with us. Mostly acknowledging that like you could be someplace else. I am pretty sure everybody in this room has something else that could have consumed your day because there's a lot going on. And that's not even including the things that are happening kind of in the ecosystem around us. So there is a lot that's happening that's consuming our time, our energy, the time of our staff, and where it is that we decide that we want to be in space with each other. So just lots of gratitude for you being here in this room. This day really kind of emerged out of a couple of things. The passage of H.R. 1, we actually had probably a couple of months where we thought this convening would be all about H.R. 1. The government shutdown made me turn to Mike Cohen and say, like, what would it look like if we actually did something that was focused in on food and food security? So, Mike, you're going to get to hear from in a bit, but lots of gratitude for people who are willing to pick up the phone with us and just, like, start brainstorming what could a day like this be and what could it be about. Want to ask you all to recognize that you're in a room with some of the staff, board members, partners, colleagues, community members. We all are kind of a combination of both servants and the people that we serve. We have a lot of intersections and interplay there. And we do our best as a team to prepare this space for you all to have a good day. Please know that if something goes wrong, just come and tap me on the shoulder. If there's something that's not working that we thought was going to be working, we are all about trying to make this day work for you. So don't feel bad. Don't feel like you're being hypercritical. Anything we can do to improve your experience today, we'd like to hear about that. I do want to mention something that only happens like once every, I believe, 33 years, and that's that last week was the beginning of the holy month of Ramadan. And it was also the beginning of Lent, a season for many Christians that, is a preparation. The thing that they have in common is a focus on fasting, connection, reflection, charity, how it is that we actually kind of operate in concert with each other. So also want to recognize the fact that we are doing a session about food at a time when many people in our communities are fasting. So we have the hunger component, but we also just have this realization that food is about more than calories. Sometimes food is about tradition, it's about culture, it's about spirituality, it's about family. There are many things that come into play when we're talking about food and food security. So just recognizing that, and again, with gratitude for you all being here. Part of what I'm asking you to do is to please don't leave at lunch, because the second part of the day into the afternoon, you all are going to be informing us about some things and some resources that the ACH has available. I don't want you to miss that opportunity because I want to hear from as many of you as we possibly can. We are going to also have, probably by late morning and at lunch, a table out in the hallway that is about anybody who's ever been interested in what it means to become a board member. And so Tiffany Edlin, who's our Director of Governance, will be out there. And she'll be able to answer all questions related to the board. We have a couple of board members in the room, and they're going to make a pitch for you to consider applying to be part of our board as well. To get us started, though, we traditionally try and do something that kind of grounds us in the space and the place that we're in. So I'd love to welcome Michaela, Vendiola, and Barbara Juarez up here to the stage.
Hathdadatu, Aitzkuchil. My name is Michaela Vendiola. I'm the tribal liaison for North Sound ACH. I've been with our organization for almost 7 years now. So a lot of your faces are familiar and some of them are new to me. And I'm just thankful for all of you being here today. And my job this morning is to welcome our opener, Barbara Juarez from the Northwest Washington Indian Health Board. She's one of our longest standing partners in the room, and she's served on our board and our tribal alignment committee the entire time that I've been employed here, and I'm just really appreciative of the time and guidance that she provides to the work that we do. So this morning I greeted you in 2 languages of this area, the Lushootseed language. Can you all say Hoth Dadatu? That means good morning in Lushootseed. And where Barb is from, in Lummi, it's Chwalemi Chostin, and you say good morning by saying Ait Squachil. Okay, thank you. And I'd like to welcome Barbara Juarez to the stage. Haishka.
Sorry, I squitchil. Sanasnat Kwakantanat. My traditional name is Kwakantanat, and I am from the Lummi Nation. And it is an honor to be standing with all of you and before you to welcome you. I work for the Northwest Washington Indian Health Board, and we provide services to public health services to the tribes in our region. And it's so interesting that we chose the topic, food insecurity, and thinking about the state of the nation last night and talking about wins. Just want to, and I didn't listen to it, by the way, but heard that there was lots of talk about wins. And when we think about food insecurity, and looking at the definition, really, we're talking about some of the disparities and some of the issues that our children and our individuals from our communities are facing. So I really appreciate when Liz was talking about the collective efforts here of the people, that we're all citizens of this nation. I am so honored to be a citizen of the Lummi Nation, which actually, when we, North Sound Accountable Communities of Health have been very gracious in making sure that our tribal people are at the table. And that to remind everybody that we are on the homelands of the Tulalip people, and so we absolutely appreciate them for allowing us to be on the homelands, as they are great stewards of the Snohomish County, and we are all partners in taking care of this land. So the food that is made available here for us, whether it's from the sea or the mountains or the land, to nourish our bodies is taken care of, so it can continue to do this. As fishers and hunters and people of the sea, taking care of our waterways is critical, so we can have that healthy salmon and crab and clams and oysters to actually, those are traditional foods that are really important to the people in the Northwest. And so I would like to set the stage and have each of you think about, it's really easy to talk about food at the table. We all gather around our kitchens, and that's where lots of conversation happens. However, when we talk about food insecurity, we really talk about some of the disparities that some of our community members are struggling with, having adequate access. So I just would like all of you to think about that, and really apologize for the frog or the egg in my throat at this point. So proud to be represented here, and so grateful for North Sound Accountable Communities Health welcoming our tribes to be equal partners in this endeavor. as we try to make changes and impacts in the lives of the community members that we are representing. And I'm equally proud to share and watch Michaela grow. She's so respectful and always gracious. Her teachings, where she comes from, has been awesome. And I'm just so proud because she's like one of my kids. I always just like to share that I was her soccer coach when she was a little girl, and so it was just awesome to see people growing up and taking on leadership roles. And Michaela's been a great advocate to make sure that our tribes are at the table when we're doing this really important work in our region. So, and the last thing that I would just like to say that, as I said, I'm very grateful for all of you for taking the time out of your busy schedules to be present here today. We know that this gathering had to be reconvened and changed the date, and we know that each of you could choose to be somewhere else, but you have made the decision to join us today to talk about food insecurities. So I'm very, very grateful and would again like to welcome all of you for being here. Thank you so much.